Hey guys, so I'm currently out here in California. I'm here for VidCon, actually, the creator conference, the YouTube thing. And forgive the loud, I don't know why, but it's loud on the street here. Anyways, I ran across this post this morning and I was just like, I have to do this reading for you guys because this is a topic I've covered this before, actually. Like, I can leave a link to the previous video that we talked about this in, but this post, complaining can help you with your manifesting. I've had people comment recently too that, oh, like it's good to complain, and because I had a post on my community tab about like complaining and how pointless complaining is when it's done repetitively in this way, where when that becomes your kind of when that becomes normalized for you, you're going to attract more of the same. But in this way that we're talking about here, this is actually a very, very useful technique. So if you like to complain, think about it in this type of way. And what this reminds me of is the way that the Kardashians will complain. They'll be like, oh, I broke a nail. Now I'm going to have to go to the salon. Or Chloe didn't get back to the people on time, so now we're going to have to go to this restaurant instead, or didn't get the reservation. So it's kind of like this complaining, but like in this way where it's like about such minor inconveniences that is already correlated to a reality that you want to experience anyway, or that's just as good anyways, right? Almost like, oh, like I'm getting so many invitations. It's so annoying to all these different events, right? So I'm going to go through the post and then we're going to talk about it real quick. So they're thanking somebody else on the Reddit, on the subreddit called Past Calligrapher. They're saying, I've always struggled with SATs and robotic affirmations because, let's face it, they can be so boring. Living in the end felt dull and I couldn't really believe it. Repeating the same scene over and over in my head, it just made me anxious. A few days ago, I stumbled upon Past Calligrapher's post. She mentioned that she imagined herself with her wish already fulfilled and then added some drama by complaining about things in her new state to keep it entertaining. Basically, she made her future thoughts as entertaining as possible. And it was a game changer. I'm about to graduate from university and really wanted to secure a position at the law firm where I already work. So I started to imagine myself with my diploma, working as an associate. In my head, I was whining about having too many clients who all wanted to work with me. Annoying, right? I even thought, now that I have this position, I need to attend a ton of client meetings. So I definitely need a new bag and some fresh outfits. It felt so natural because I was already living my dream job in my mind and focusing on all the problems that came with it. And let's be honest, I love complaining. I know it's bad. After just an hour of this mental complaining session, my boss approached me and said he'd spoken to our CMP, big boss, about me. They both agreed they'd love to have me as an associate and even considered opening a new department in my field of interest because they see how talented I am. I was absolutely shocked. The next few days were wild. Clients from my side hustle kept calling, wanting to work with me, even those I hadn't heard from since September and thought had ghosted me. So yeah, it was incredibly easy and a lot of fun. Now I want to focus on getting my diploma, but I'm not quite sure how to complain about that yet. Any suggestions? So somebody else said, had a similar idea with their SATs. They realized they can make anything. The first visual was boring in their kitchen, not as vibrant as they wanted. I realized I can make it anything, so why not make it more fun? Adding silliness and enjoyment adds much more color. Okay, this is a fun and unconventional way to get into the already having state. It would definitely lift all the pressure off to be high vibe all the time. Like, no, I gotta feel fulfilled and relaxed when the 3D is in your face and you just want to shift to a different reality in the moment without having to give it F. But now you can go into your imagination and rant about your fulfilled desires to your friend. Seems so fun. I gotta try. Okay, so somebody said, I think this works because it's natural. We aren't all rainbows and butterflies when we get what we want. I got an awesome job at a car dealership, something I've been wanting for a really long time. And guess what? I complain. Bitchy customers, people expecting us to fix their car that day, as if we don't have 100 other cars currently being worked on, some that have even been there for a month. This is how things work when it's natural and normal. We complain even about the most minor inconveniences. I love my job. The money's great. I have master techs who help me learn and fix my truck with me. We're going to tear the engine down soon, and I'm excited, but of course it comes with its own annoying moments. So somebody else says, it's important what you said here. You complain and you love your job. These two things are not mutually exclusive. We can be super happy and elated and at the same time still find something to complain about. The fact I don't like one thing about the situation doesn't mean I'm not grateful, etc. 100%. Neville speaks emphatically about the naturalness of the state. Many people bypass this point and embellish a great idea without the ease and full sensory spectrum of natural reality. I realize I do this too. I usually add a minor inconvenience to many of my sad scenes to make it feel so much more realistic and attainable. I don't want a picture perfect life, but I want my problems to become luxury problems. And that's kind of what I was saying at the beginning. Just minor inconveniences that shape the human experience. Adding mundane details like needing to get up early to prep an event for my dream job, having to battle my cat to get him into the carrier to get his annual routine checkup at the vet. Like that is what propelled my sats from beautiful fantasies to very vivid, real scenes. Luxury problems is brilliant, somebody says. One of my sats scenes involves stepping on a Lego. Somebody said, luxury problems reminds me of, if I'm going to be sad, I might as well be sad in Paris. I have too much money. I can't even zip my wallet. So Neville actually shares a story where a person decided to use being annoyed as a way to get what he desired. It worked both times. He says, if you think that certain emotion will work for you, then use it. And so somebody posted a link to Be the Master of the Mood, which is a lecture from Neville, apparently, where he talks about this. Somebody says, haha, this always works for me. Usually it's, all these guys want to date me, and then I get hit on by everyone. What an innovative way to keep ourselves entertained. So, in my country, when you graduate, you have to pay for the photos, go to the uni to get your license ready, etc. I also needed to change my status in all work social medias. So this could be things you could complain like, oh my gosh, I just got my diploma, but there's so much to do. Look at all these steps. Can't believe getting a diploma implies all these tasks. It's so expensive to get a diploma framed and to figure out where I want to hang it. Maybe that can help. Suffering from success. Yeah. So, it's so annoying to wait for new sofa pillows to be delivered. They will make the apartment even more cozy. Yeah. There's a lot of people just kind of giving their different examples here. And it's also something, somebody said, it adds a lot of realism to your scene, and this helps your subconscious to accept it. It's a great and simple method, but easy to overlook. It's so much easier to visualize problems/drama in the day-to-day life rather than get into happy feelings. How many people do you know just walking around saying, I'm so grateful for my job. I'm so grateful for my relationship. Okay. Yeah. I have too many amazing clients. Now I complain about all the work I get for them. Too many meetings on my calendar. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. And so like I said, I'll leave a link to my original video about this. I posted a video about this before I ever heard about anybody else using this. And one of the reasons too is because we just happen to be in a state. I think a lot of this has to do with our environment and things always being kind of negative in the environment and people just predominantly being, uh, you know, uh, but I think another part of it is, like I've talked about in recent videos, as our hardwiring as human beings, we look for like negative things, or we look for like it's like survival things. So we're hardwired to look for the negative things in the environment and to spot them out so that we can avoid them. That was part of the way that our brains, you know, our ancestors, it's a survival mechanism, right? But we also get these dopamine hits for our desires too. And regardless of that whole conversation, because we are predisposed to looking for those negative things, and we tend to complain a lot as a society. I think a lot of it has to do, like I said, with our environmental programming and societal programming. That's another reason why it just feels natural to do this. So in my previous video, I had examples like, all these brands are just sending us free stuff all the time. There's way too many boxes in here now. Where am I going to fit all this stuff? Or like, yeah, just my phone keeps blowing up. People just keep loving my videos. Like, I don't know when I'm going to have to turn it off notification because my phone just keeps buzzing all the time. Like, I can't ever get a break. People just keep leaving comments all the time. Wow, like everybody just keeps inviting me to all these events. It's just annoying. There's just way too many of them. I can't believe that I'm always on the guest list for at least like all of these different events. It's just like, where is my time? Like, how do I even manage my time anymore? My calendar's already full. Everybody wants to meet, you know, all these clients want to book meetings with me. They want to book calls with me, but like my calendar's already booked. Like, I don't have the time. It's just, where do you guys find the time? How are you guys able to do all this? How are you guys able to go to all these places? Right? These are all kinds of like things that you could imagine. And I said, like I said at the beginning, it's just kind of like imagining that the way that the Kardashians talk about their problems is kind of like the way that this goes. Like, Hailey Bieber, she keeps blowing up my phone again. She wants to get petties with me. It's this type of like, that type of kind of energy. And then the other thing, so when I actually do and have done things that are on like bucket list things, whether it's traveling, or you guys may have seen, you know, some of the Lamborghini, for instance, that I had. Well, I rented that Lamborghini, and to be honest with you, like really when it comes down to it, when you get these idealized things, or these things that you think are going to be so great or whatever, like for example, driving in that car, that Lamborghini, I've talked about this before, it's actually fucking stressful because it's legitimately there. I was complaining like, like everybody keeps staring anywhere that I go. This thing is so low to the ground. Like, I'm worried I'm going to hit a pothole. Like anytime I drive, like anytime I take a turn, I'm worried that it's so wide and low to the ground that I'm going to hit something. You have to like squat down into it to get inside of it. And it's kind of a fucking hassle, to be honest. So it's like, when you get into that energy, and that's why a lot of the times, like, and going on a trip is another good example. Like, there is a stress that comes with flying. There's stress that comes with traveling. Even if you are traveling and you're on, like a good airline or whatever, it's just like, like we have to get there early. We got to make sure that we get our bags checked. The whole process, like going through TSA or going through, even if you're going to an amazing destination that you've always wanted to go to, there's going to be little parts on the way that aren't necessarily the best or the happiest or the most joyful part of the experience. So like, yeah, we need to call this Uber now. And like the process, like, we have to wake up so early to get onto this flight. Well, the byproduct of doing all this complaining is you achieving your vision anyways. So that's why it's so useful. It's like encompassed within this little complaining session or dramatic storytelling that you're telling yourself, which a lot of us, I know a lot of you people watching this, you guys do this anyways. Why not allow it to encompass that scene, or allow it to encompass the end goal? Because now you're using it in a positive way. So yeah, like if you're going to complain, do it in a way where now it's like, okay, I can complain, but like I'm complaining about going on my dream destination vacation, or I'm complaining about this SP. Like, he always just like leaves his socks in the living room. My freaking SP again with this shit. Like, or if that's like a really big pet peeve for you, then you can pick something else. But just whatever it is, if you come at it from this way, like this angle, it is like these people are saying, it's like a fun approach. Like, oh, my phone keeps blowing up again. Like so many people are just vying for my time. You know, I can't please everybody here, right? And so that's kind of like the idea with it. Some people are saying that they weren't even aware. Some people are so much into this, like creating this drama, that they weren't even aware that they did this. I create drama when visualizing my new reality, which somewhat backfire. Like, I get what I want, but with drama. And yeah, that you could take it too far, right? Like, for example, an argument, you're manifesting getting married. Well, you'd have misunderstandings with your husband, but then laugh it off. I mean, yeah, if you're imagining like arguments with your SP, that might be taking this too far then, right? Because now you're imagining situations where if the arguments are like heated, real arguments, well, maybe you don't want that. Maybe you do want that. Some people thrive off of that. I personally can't stand that. I cannot stand having arguments with people all the time, especially with your romantic partner, your significant other. It's just, to me, it's completely destructive, completely detrimental to the relationship. I'm going to let you guys figure that out for yourself, how much drama, how much chaos you want in your life, because for me, I don't want any of it. And so when I see you guys commenting saying, oh, well, it's healthy to, you know, complain and this stuff, it's like, do you, you know, you do you. I'm not going to complain, me personally. I might complain in this type of fashion, but when I catch myself complaining, I do my best to curtail it right then and there, because I notice that when I personally get into this vibe of complaining, it just invites more things to complain about. I don't want to be complaining. I don't want to create more things to complain about. I already have enough things that I could potentially be complaining about at any given time. What I want are things to be happy about. I want things to be grateful for in my environment. I want things that are giving me energy and supplying me with energy to create and go after more of my goals, not that are detracting energy away from me, because that is what what happens, the energy that you get into and the vibration that you get into when you start complaining about stuff. So anyways, guys, look, I'm just a couple more here. It's so exhausting how much my SP loves me. Like, yes, I get that I'm the man of your dreams and the best thing that's ever happened to you, but like, geez, she's just so freaking in love with me. SP wanted to have pizza for our date night, and I wanted burgers, so you couldn't decide, and ordered both. Complained out loud about my luxury problems. Okay. Anyways, guys, I think that these are enough. There's a lot of people just leaving funny random comments in here. I could drop a link to the Reddit post below. With that being said, I hope that this gives you some inspo to go out there with this energy. I don't know, it's complaining, manifesting, whatever you guys want to call it. Drop a name down below too if you guys want to. We could put a name to this, because I've called it complaining, manifesting before. And I don't know, I think that's a pretty good one. But if you guys have other ideas, let me know down below. Hit me with a like on this video, hit me with a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.